Folks, we are here. Second episode of the Cagematch Chronicles. This time we'll be covering 5 of the highest rated matches from 1988, according to the folks of Cagematch. I'm here with my co-host Khalid. Khalid, how are you doing today?
Hey man, just still Call of Duty. Not gonna lie.
Fair.
Still Call of Duty, still school, but I mean, life is actually honestly pretty decent. I'm not gonna lie, it's actually going pretty okay.
This guy's flying high after the Panthers win today.
Yeah, that was some great news I received.
Khalid, I'm not gonna lie.
What's up?
These shotguns, brother, they are dog shit.
I just got done with them last night.
Yo, I'm struggling.
It's
like
bad.
It's really bad. The first one you unlock, the pump on it is so slow.
So slow. And the rapid fire is like the last thing you get on it.
It's annoying as fuck. Anyways,
yeah.
Enough Call of Duty talk. Yes, Nobi, that is true. Bryce Young is back for today only.
For today only, and then on the Chiefs game.
Also, yeah, it was me. Don't want to brag, but that was in fact me. All right, yeah, like I said, 5 matches, 1988. Our first one is the Midnight Express, Bob Eaton, Stan Lane, and a wild Jim Cornette versus the Fantastics, Bobby Fulton and Stan Lane on April 26th, 1988. Khalid, I'll let you go first on this one. Have you seen this match before? Have you seen any of these wrestlers before?
Ooh, so this match, no, I have not seen. But the Fantastics, I believe they're like a pretty underrated tag team because they were like the guys who would be with Ricky Morton all the time, like back in the day. So like they didn't get as much attention because they were with Ricky Morton at the time. And then the Midnight Express, I mean, I know the name. That's like that's like a pretty like I wouldn't say worldwide
with like Express in it.
Yeah,
Rock and Roll Express, like, Midnight Express.
Yeah, it's like
pretty well known.
Yeah. But no, I've never seen this match, and as a tag team, enthusiast, I enjoyed this. I did enjoy this. Yeah. I did enjoy this. Yeah.
You can talk about it all?
Oh, you want me to go ahead and go to the match?
No, go ahead.
Okay. So like this wasn't the first match I watched, but this was my introduction into like tag team wrestling in '88. I'm not gonna lie, because for the most part, I've only from 1988. It was mainly like New Japan stuff that I've ever seen. But this right here, this was my first tag team match I've ever watched in '88, and I enjoyed it a lot. I mean, out the gate, the first thing I want to bring up is that guardrail spot that happened. Good Lord. Oh my goodness, that guardrail spot.
Which one?
Which one?
Yeah, there's 2.
There's 2. The second one. The one that happened.
The bodies, like the where he like. Go ahead. I know you're talking about. Yeah,
Bobby, yeah. That
like what? Who was it? Well, I have it somewhere in here. I have it.
I don't have like the names of the individual wrestlers is still like kind of cloudy in my head. I'm not gonna lie, but like whoever took that, I think it was Fulton. Okay. I think it was
Stan Lane distracts Bobby Fulton from the floor.
Okay.
And then Bobby Eaton kicks Fulton in the ass. Fulton flies out, and Stan catches him in like it wasn't a fireman, but it was like a body slam position, and then drops him on the guardrail. It's sick as fuck. It's like genuinely creative offense that you just don't see that much anymore. Like in that way, at least. There's definitely a lot more like explosive creative offense, but something that simple. It was the first time I've seen it. It's sick.
It's very interesting, and then not even with this match, but even with the rest of the matches, it's so many things that are like very simple. But it's like, do we see this?
Lost to time.
It's lost recipes, man. It's lost recipes. But talking about the match like dynamic and everything for like the second half of the match, I think Fulton is getting the shit beat out of him. I was like, damn, are they gonna? Where's the where's the comeback offense at, brother? What is going on? But just talking about like how the teams like face up against each other. The Fantastics, they when you're watching the match, they look like the more well put together team. And throughout the earlier parts of the match, they make the Midnight Express. They actually make them look like fools, like hooligans.
Yeah.
And Midnight Express, they actually do a great job at making sure it looks like they look like fools. Like they're doing a great job.
It's
at
like
that.
The entire like first part of the match is built around the fact that the Fantastics are kind of like just the faster tag team.
Absolutely.
So the Midnight Express are like reeling at all times. Like there's a moment near the beginning of the match where Eden's like walking around ringside, just what the fuck, like just fucking livid. They're great.
Fucking, it's good. I this like tag team is such a topic these days.
It really is.
And like seeing something like this, it's like it can be good, but for some reason, there's not too many teams that can find something like this. There's not too many teams that can do stuff like this. Like FTR is like American wise, like FTR is like one of the only teams that can really emulate this kind of style and it be good. And I mean, it makes me sad, but at the same time, this match is it's great. That finishing stretch as well, like,
dude, the way the crowd reacts to the finish, like straight up jumping up and down, arms in the air, losing their shit. That's so sick,
God.
dude.
It's fucking great, yeah. That's all I got to say on the match, though.
What's up, Ian? Thanks for coming to hang out, brother. Appreciate it.
Ian.
Also, get back to work, pussy.
I mean,
sure. I mean, are you busy, Khalid?
I mean, I'll be streaming, but yeah, I can play with y'all.
Hell yeah, let's do it. All right. Anyways, off rip on my notes, just vibe setting. 80s NWA, Chattanooga, Tennessee. Tony Schiavone, David Crockett on the call. Not a lot of promotions have this distinct vibe. There's like, it mainly is the 80s. 80s NWA, 80s All Japan, which we'll get to later. 80s and 90s New Japan, and then like 2010s New Japan. It's just such a distinct vibe. It's so sick. Yeah. It's so good. I hadn't seen these teams at all, but I've seen a few Bobby Eaton matches. I've seen a match that Eaton had with Flair in like 85. That is fantastic. Yeah, I mean, I said it before, but the entire build of the match is the Fantastics are like the way faster tag team. So the Fantastics or the Midnight Express are kind of reeling at all times on the outside. Once the Midnight Express can like slow them down and get them to stop fucking moving, that's when they take control. And pretty soon after they take control, actually, they started going TV breaks, and I got scared. I was like, "Fuck, more TV breaks than fucking wrestling." There's actually a point later on, because I thought it was gonna like break up the momentum. It didn't, except for one time, whenever they went to break, and then they came back, and Bobby Fulton's just gushing blood with absolutely no explanation. They just don't mention it at all. It's fucking sick. There's also another point where Tony's like in a rhythm. He's like on the call. He's doing a thing, and then he just pauses for a second. And he goes, "We're gonna have to go to another break, aren't we?" Like on commentary, just like doesn't fucking. He hates it. He hates it. But back to the earlier part of the match. Bobby Fulton throws Bobby Eaton into a ring post, and Eaton straight up fucking headbutts it like as hard as he fucking can. It's probably one of the best ring post spots I've ever seen, genuinely. Tommy Rogers, he does this move a couple of times where he wraps like legs around the guy's. You might know what the move is actually called. I know it's called something. He like wraps his legs around the guy's neck, and they have him like lifted up, and then he rolls through, and it's supposed to be kind of like a takedown kind of thing. But he's doing.
Okay.
But then Eaton like backs up into the ropes, and Stan Lane comes in and pulls Tommy down onto the top rope, and Tommy takes it like a motherfucker. It's so sick. What do you think of Stan Lane's fucking thrust kicks?
Listen. Listen. Honestly, like what
Trying his best, you know?
I had to replay it a couple times.
Yeah.
I was like,
He's trying
that's
his
what we're
best.
going for?
He's trying
Yeah,
to do something dynamic. It's not
Yeah.
working, but he's trying to do something dynamic. What is working though are his fucking strikes. Oh my
Hey,
god.
the strikes.
Goodness gracious. By strikes, I mean specifically his punches.
Mhm.
He's got Bobby Fulton in the corner and he is piecing his ass up, just laying him in. I mean, like, there's also a couple of times where he has Fulton just fucking dead to rights, and he picks Fulton up by his hair, like picks him up and slams him down. Oh my god, it's so good. The finish is also pretty sick. Tommy Rogers kicks Eaton off the top rope with like a missile drop kick, and Eaton backs up into a roll up pin by Bobby Fulton, and the crowd goes bananas, like I mentioned, jumping around, losing their shit. I mean, that's when it was real to small town folk. You know what I mean? By small town folk, I mean
Small town wrestling.
Yeah,
You know,
mainly
used to
racists,
be-
probably, but they made for good crowds. No, yeah, this match was sick, incredible vibe. I mean, I would be remiss to not mention he sucked, but Crockett is like a fantastic manager. Well, no pun intended. He was the manager for the Midnight Express, not the Fantastics, but he's a great manager. He knew how to play the role well. He was on the outside being annoying as fuck the entire time. It was awesome. If only he wasn't really annoying in real life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That'd be great.
It sucks.
Oops. Okay.
Fucking terrible.
From April of 1988 to December of 1988, we have the finals of the 1988 Real World Tag League. Stan Hansen and Terry Gordy versus Genichiro Tenryu and Toshiaki Kawada. This is the first of two times we'll talk about Tenryu today. Again, off rip the entire vibe of this era. All Japan, 1988. The blue and red ring. Oh my god. The crowd's losing their mind. The backstage cameras, please. That's true.
So good, man.
Your message fucked up, but you're right. The crowd just both this All Japan crowd and that Chattanooga, Tennessee crowd, they just knew how to react, brother. It was real to them. Their entire mental state depended on these fuckers winning, and they won. And they reacted accordingly. All right. Anyways, back to this match. This is a young Kawada.
Yeah.
In there with his mentor at the time. And the crowd is still cheering and like popping for Kawada, arguably louder than they did Tenryu at times. They absolutely adore him. This is about 2 years into his return from excursion. And training. I don't really know if he did one on excursion, but this is like kind of the year where he like really, really starts to come into his own. He's mainly tagging with Samson Fuyuki, who I've never watched, but at this time he actually is the All Asia Tag Team Champions with Fuyuki, which I believe is his first major title reign. He had it before, but it was like a week. Now he's like deep into his title reign.
Okay, yeah.
So it's not like he's new, but to get these types of reactions this early just shows how fucking good he was. And the booking, to be fair, the booking was fantastic at this time. Baba was on one. And while Kawada is like, he has his moments in this match, Tenryu is like always saving him. It's a nice way of showcasing Kawada while also creating the hierarchy of the tag team. Because this is also Kawada's first tag league, I believe. I could be like, I'm pretty sure this is his first tag league. I checked and he wasn't in the one before. I doubt he would have been in the one before that. So, but Kawada is fucking going for it. There's a point where Tenryu swings Kawada towards Stan in the corner, and Kawada hits him so hard that Kawada has to like take a deep. He like kneels and takes a deep breath, like grabs his chest because he ran into him so hard. He's fucking fired up. It's so good. Stan Hansen and Terry Gordy are in full form here.
Yeah.
Absolutely just two mean fuckers beating the hell out of Tenryu and
Yeah.
Kawada. They work on Kawada's leg like
Yeah,
crazy in this match,
the
bro.
knee gets fucking demolished in this match. That shit is insane.
When Stan is like, he rips his fucking tights off his knee, and just starts like, I don't know what it's called, but he just starts bending the fuck out of the knee multiple times on the outside. It's so sick. It's not like, I mentioned a submission, but most of the time it's not even a submission. Stan's just like kicking his leg over and over and over again. It's very good. Meanwhile, while all this leg stuff's going on, Tenryu is in an absolute blender. It's like a cycle of Hansen and Gordy in the middle of the ring, tagging in and out, just wearing him down with lariats and knee drops. One of which actually Tenryu blades on. Like, blading off a knee drop is fantastic.
Insane.
Novi is correct. This match is loaded with crazy good grapplers. True.
It is.
I'm trying to find my notes. And yeah, I mean, of course, like the babyface were all over to like an absurd degree. So that kind of thing is really all it takes for the crowd to lose their shit. One of my favorite moments from the match, Terry Gordy hits Tenryu with a power bomb, and as he's doing it, like barely in frame, Stan Hansen's on the outside throwing chairs at Kawada's leg. Just you can like barely see him. But then when Terry goes to pin Tenryu, Kawada finds like just enough strength to jump into the ring and break up the pin, and the crowd loses it. The drama, you can say this about so many All Japan main events from the 1980s, but the drama is just like at an all-time high. The finish is smooth as hell. Just a brutal Stan Hansen lariat, and that's the 3 count. Like that's it. That's all it took. Well, not really. Tenryu was dying in this match, really. Yeah. But this was Kawada's first chance at the big stage, and he got bitched out essentially, which is exactly what you would expect. I did some research. He would continue to tag in Revolution and tag with Tenryu and Fuyuki. And I think even Hansen, like a few months down the line, which is hilarious to think about because Hansen was straight up trying to fucking
end his damn career,
end his life. Yeah. It wouldn't be for another like 3 to 4 years that Kawada would blossom along with all the other pillars. But even like back at this point, he is a joy to watch. He really is. What did you think of this match, Khalid?
Man, this the talking about the Kawada and Tenryu like dynamic of like young guy and trainer. This is like for me because the early part is like early 90s, I want to say. Kobashi was like the same way with Jumbo. It was the same exact thing where like you had this young Kobashi and then you had his trainer Jumbo, and they would have these matches sometimes where just like this one, it's fighting up the entire match. They're just trying to fight up a hill, and this hill just happens to be fucking Stan Hansen and Terry Gordy now. That's that is I feel like it's a very difficult feat. These two just, I wrote in my notes, Gaijin monsters.
Yeah, dude, just fucking. This is the kind of thing that, like, when was the last time a true Gaijin monster was in Japan? Genuinely.
Like solo, like just a singles guy. Probably
Joe Doering.
I mean, like
Joe Doering was fucking beast, but in this way,
yeah.
I don't know.
In that way, like, I mean, like Jamal was pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie, Jamal was pretty insane. Yeah, he was pretty crazy. But like on the stardom level of like Henson and Gory, I don't think there's like been anyone that came in as a monster and was like this impactful. I mean,
you can talk about Vader, but like,
we
did that last month. You can go watch that now on the Graps Podcast YouTube channel.
Hey, like Henson, Vader, Gordy. It's been a long time, like 2000s and the 2010s. Like it hasn't happened. It still has yet to happen. I mean, there is a young man in New Japan, a Bolton Oleg, who hey, listen, he could be a monster.
Give it 3 years.
Hey.
Get him away from fucking Toriano, bro. God damn.
Oleg versus Oiwa main event Tokyo Dome 2028. Yeah.
Is that your prediction? 4 years from now?
Hey. But getting back into the match, like another tag team match, and this dynamic as well, you know, again, young guy with his trainer, and like against these monsters, it's not a 50-50 dynamic, which is something you don't really get these days, you know, where you know, a lot of matches, like a lot of back and forth. This right here is not one of those matches, but it still works. It works.
Yeah.
And it works very good. You like you said, Tenryu, it got to a point. Tenryu was just in a fucking blender. Yo. It was fucking Henson and Gordy. I've noticed that with Henson tag matches, like it'll get in these parts where it's Henson and whoever he's tagging with, and they're just beating the shit out of somebody for
They
like
cut off the ring, brother.
they cut off the ring completely, and it's like, yo, call the match, like get it.
Yeah,
It's fucking crazy, man. But the lariats, the chops, strikes, just absolute fierce, just fierce. That's the word I use. I put it in all caps, fierce. Because like, man, this like this type of brutality, that's like, it's not like hardcore, but it's just like, you know?
Yeah, it's just like fucking, it's brutal. Fucking brutal, bro.
It's brutal. It's brutal without it being like, you know, gory or anything like that. And it works so good. It's so good.
Even like Tenryu's blade job, it's not even like,
he
didn't fuck. It's not a gusher. You know,
it's
he poked his head, and it's like, it's just there's a little bit there. It's dripping down a bit. So like it has its effect, but it's not. Again, this is not Jesus Christ. Sorry, the Cowboys game is on. Okay. Anyways, it's not like a bloodbath or anything. It's just
absolutely.
He used it effectively.
Exactly, indeed, and it works so well. And then the knee work on Wada, Lord have mercy. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Like when he started tearing at the tights, I was like, oh Jesus, oh my God, he ripped that.
It just took it a step further.
Yeah, it took it a complete step further, and I was like, yeah, this is peak. But it's fucking great, man. I love tag team wrestling so much, and man, like watching this match and then watching the NWA match, it depresses me. It depresses. I want to be like, damn, like this is such a great match, and I just think about like, where did it go wrong? Where did it go wrong? Like, what the fuck happened in between?
You know, let's get into it. I'm kidding. We're not doing that.
We would be here for like 3 hours. I swear to God, we'd be here for
no, we're not doing that shit.
Oh my God. But yeah, man, this is great. This is beautiful. I like the 80s and 90s, not even just like All Japan, but or All Japan men's, but even All Japan women's, and you know, all the like just everything that was going on at the time with like gaijin wrestlers, and you know, these people who have been, you know, raised in Japan, and you know, they're Japanese stars. These people, and you have these people from America come in, and they have these bangers, and it's so dramatic. Like you were saying, how this match is so dramatic, and all Japan women's wrestling, it's like the same way. Like, and it gets even more intense because it's a bunch of women in the crowd just screaming at the top of their damn lungs.
Eventually, we're gonna do like Cagematch Chronicles, All Japan Women, or something like that. We'll get to some All Japan Women, because
absolutely
the drama here is you know, notable. It's remarkable, but I mean, I think that might be like the most just like peak crowd reaction is All Japan Women. It's so fucking good.
Late 80s, early 90s, like oh my God, it's fucking crazy.
Novi asks, all time, from what you've seen, rank these 4 guys.
Are these like personal enjoyment or just?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, fucking do that.
Oh yeah, personal enjoyment. Can I go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Henson, Kawada, Tenryu, and Gordy. I think that's how mine's gonna go.
I go Tenryu, Hansen, Kawada, Gordy. So I guess we flip Stanson and Tenryu basically.
Mm-hmm.
Sadly, I mean, Terry is great.
Yeah, he's
but his run of greatness is not substantial enough or long enough to warrant a higher ranking than Kawada, really. Kawada's fucking, it's Kawada, you know?
It's fucking Kawada, bro. It's fucking Kawada.
All right, going to from 4 guys that we're like pretty familiar with to 2 guys that are 1 guy at least that I'm not familiar with at all, and 1 guy that I've seen somewhat. Parada Morgan and El Dandy, September 23rd, 1988. Hair versus hair 2 out of 3 falls match in EMLL, which is now just CMLL. Khalid, what is your familiarity with these guys coming into the match? Have you heard of them? Have you watched them?
Dandy, I've heard of.
Yes.
Dandy, I've heard.
Have you? Did you hear about him because of the Bret Hart promo, or have you like actually watched him?
The Bret Hart promo was the first time I heard his name, but I've heard his name like mentioned even past that, and like I've seen pictures, I've seen clips of him, and things like that, but like a full match, never seen. And then Morgan, I've never seen, but boy, Morgan,
he's a beast, bro.
I'm gonna have to dive into that catalog.
I did. Before you get into your notes, I do want to mention this. This popped me extraordinarily. He actually hurt his eye during a match in 1981. So the eye patch is shoot. He lost his eye. That's a shoot. What made me laugh, according to his cage match, his career started in 79. He was doing the pyro gimmick before he lost his eye. So like that just adds to it, bro. It just made the gimmick better. That's so fucking sick.
That's fucking
that
sick.
Rules, dude. What a beast.
Oh my, that is fucking insane. That is
bro, it rules. Insane. Anyways, feel free. Talk about how you like the match in your notes, things like
that. Yeah, this is the in all caps. He sucked the blood out of Dandy's head.
And that's a fucking he's not being hyperbolic. Parada Morgan sucks the blood from El Dandy's head and spits it into the air multiple times. It's an incredible image.
It's good every time. Like Hangman and Swerve was the first time I've ever like really seen that spot.
Yeah, me too.
But like just sucking the
it's a little different because like Hangman, he just let it drip into his mouth.
Yeah, he let it drip into his mouth.
Fucking sucked it out of his head.
Sucked it out of
his head.
Like, what the hell? What? That is insane.
It's psychotic, bro.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. But so this is this my first? I've watched mask versus mask matches and hair versus mask matches. I've watched hair versus hair matches, but they were Joshi. So I think this is my first lucha hair versus hair match, I think. And like, even though like I know the mask versus mask matches, they're like a bit more dramatic because like the mask is held.
The mask just has more significance.
Yeah, way more significance. But if I would have seen this for the first time, like ever, like without even knowing about like the history of lucha and anything like that, I'd have been like, yo, this is like probably this feels like the most important match in fucking history. Like, what the fuck is going on? Morgan, again, first time seeing Morgan. The heel work is chef's mwah.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss. Like, oh my god. The first fall, and then the second fall, even the second fall, even though he lost the second fall and it was like his own fault, I was like, that's actually pretty good. I actually like that. He was so dominant in like the first fall. And then when he got to the
entire first fall, it's like it's just Morgan offense. He has control the entire time, and then he hits a power bomb, and that's it. That's the entire fall.
It's and like if I don't know what the what the dynamic is like outside of this match and how it's went, like what kind of like segments and like what matches took place beforehand, but based off of that, I'm assuming like Morgan is just like he's just this dominant guy that's just been running rampant, and then he runs it to Dandy. That first fall, it's all him. And then that second fall, going for pins and then pulling him up multiple times.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
oh my god! Like, surely they started to chant, "You sick fuck."
This made me so mad. Fuck you.
Oh, oh, but yeah, like the second fall, like the story of the second fall is of him being like too cocky, and you know, it's a story that happens in wrestling a lot, but it's not executed this well, especially in a 2 out of 3 falls match. That's another thing. A lot of people try to do it in like a regular, one pin type of match, but in a 2 out of 3 falls match where you just dominated the first fall and then you go into the second one still being cocky and then you lose it. And now the dramatics have just increased to another level because now we're tied 1-1 and you were chatting all that shit in that second fall. And then we get to this third fall, edge of the fucking seat.
All hell breaks loose, brother.
Jesus Christ.
They start brawling in the crowd.
Yeah.
And then they just come back and Braun Morgan is gushing blood. Just like a real gusher. It's fucking sweet. El Dandy then also sucks the blood out of his head. It doesn't work as well, but he tries to do it very hard.
You know what? And I like that it didn't work as well because it to me when I was seeing it, it's like, oh, this isn't his body. This is not what he does because he's a face. He's a good guy. He doesn't want to go that far. But because Morgan pushed him to that, he had no choice but to at least attempt to get his get back, basically. And even though it didn't work out, I still like that it was attempted in the match. I think that was a nice touch of like him be like, I'm this great guy, I'm this good guy. I don't do this violent stuff. Like this is not for me. This was good.
It's a very good match. Yeah. I think in a vacuum, the match is a fun brawl and had some like great bumping. The drama for the third fall is great, and the blood they both get is fantastic. But while I still like the match, I still liked it. Don't worry. But it has a ceiling for me because I feel we may be lacking some historical significance. Like, I don't know if these two are rivals of any kind or if they've had any meetings before this. I said while I was watching it, cool transition. They didn't. This is actually this is their only singles match.
I am looking at other matches. It is their only.
Yeah. They had 2 more tags, but that's about it. So like, while I was watching it, I feel like I need to watch it again. My point in saying all this is I don't think I enjoyed it as much as you did and as much as I could have because I wasn't locking in on the fact that these are just 2 fuckers wrestling. Like, there's nothing behind this really. It's just like, I mean, I'm sure there is. I'm sure they had some, maybe like an angle or something that set this match up, something like that. But nothing of like great significance that would bolster this match like tenfold. You know what I mean? So I'm probably going to watch this one again. The only notes that you didn't say that I have are El Dandy's bumping in this match is so good. He hits the corner a couple times, and it almost reaches like a ridiculous level of bumping, like a theatrical level, but it's like he toes the line perfectly. All of that, like with the blood pouring down his face, is so good. The third fall is like definitely the best fall here because both guys are busted open. And there's
so many false finishes.
Yeah,
and he's just
also, I mean, it's fucking El Dandy. He goes for a tope. Like the high, like the high spot of the match is El Dandy's tope to the outside, and he rotates about as much as he could without dying. Basically, is how I put it. Morgan has to catch him like perfectly. It's kind of fucking wild.
Perfect.
But yeah, again, I like this match a lot. I'm gonna watch it again, trying to get like a better, not a better understanding, but like just try and get my mind right while I'm watching it because I mean, it was good though. I liked it. Speaking of matches that were good that I liked, but I had issues with. Antonio Inoki and Tatsumi Fujinami. August 8th, 1988, IWGP Heavyweight Title. Listen, I'm not going to act like... I'll get into that part afterwards. Let's go over the match. Okay. This is Inoki having like his last epic. He's 45 years old here. And is now challenging like the new top young guy in Tatsumi Fujinami. When researching this, I got curious and wondered how many more times after this that Inoki would wrestle like longer matches. As a full-time wrestler, Inoki wouldn't have another match that broke the 20-minute mark, which is fucking wild. He would like, as a part-time guy, he would have some tag matches that would go, you know, sometimes like 25 minutes, 30 minutes, things like that.
Yeah.
But as a full-time guy, his longest match, I think, was like 18 minutes after this, which is kind of wild. So when I was creating my notes, I broke this down into, oh my God, the Cowboys are getting bitched. All right. I broke this match down into two parts. The first 30 minutes of this match, and then obviously like the second 30 minutes. But the first 30 minutes, they kind of spend a lot of the time like struggling to gain control. They spend like nearly all 30 minutes trading holds. If it wasn't clear by like the introductions, you know, like the crowd or the announcing, Inoki is the clear crowd favorite here. At any given moment, there's like thunderous Inoki chants. My favorite moment in this match is when Inoki powers out of the test of strength and the crowd goes fucking wild. But as far as the first 30 minutes, it really is just like the human struggle is what the entire first 30 minutes of this match is. Fujinami has control most of the time, but during the later half of the first 30 minutes, Fujinami starts to dominate, like I said. Instead of grappling, Inoki starts to like just throw bombs because he can't keep up with Fujinami, which I thought was like a fantastic detail. That is, he still grapples a little bit later into the match, but most of the rest of the match, he's like trying his absolute best to get away from Fujinami so that he could just nail strikes and suplexes so he can do as much damage as he can. I bet. The crowd is like, again, I mean, just crazy invested. They're on their feet, like screaming for Inoki. They zoom in on this guy in the front row, and I'm not fucking around. His veins are sticking out of his head because he's like screaming for Inoki to like get out of a hold. It's crazy. The struggle in the last like 5 minutes of this match are out of this world. Like the exchanging of holds, both guys trading their biggest moves with what energy they have left. It's great wrestling, basically. If you're not aware, the finish is both guys trading octopus holds into a time limit draw. So there's no real finish here. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I enjoyed every moment of this match because I didn't. It's 60 minutes long. It's pretty bloated. The first 30 minutes is a bit of a tough watch at the time that I watched it, at least. The second half I really liked. The drama in there is like crazy. The struggle is like, there's like a true sense of competition through the entirety of this match, which I feel like is a feat of its own. Like 60 minutes to be able to create that level of competition for that long is fantastic. Plus this being Inoki's like last hoorah, you know what I mean? I had that context in my mind, so I was like, do whatever you want, man. Just have fun, I guess. I don't really care. Go at it, brother. Yeah, I liked this match. Didn't love it. Again, the length is like, it's a long one, folks. 60 minutes long. So 60 minutes long. Yeah. Not that there's like a ceiling to 60-minute matches, but it's really hard to make it like just a consistently great 60-minute match. The last good one I watched, I guess, would have been FTR and Bullet Hill Gold, I think. I guess. But yeah. Did you like the match?
See, here's the thing. Okay, so as I said earlier, I have watched this match before, and I did watch it again. You know, after we put it on the list, I did watch it again, and so you might not have too much context, you see, but See me? Listen, when I watch this match, I literally I like sometimes I turn into a 1988 New Japan fan because what the fuck are we doing? All right, listen. So as you said, Inoki is 45. He like this is like his last big match. He has there is another match that he has. It's not long. Like you said you think it's like 18 minutes. I know he has one against Muda in like 94. It's like 20 minutes.
I think he retires full time 93, I think. So 94 he becomes like a part-time guy. That was the distinction I had to make in my mind to like justify putting it into the script. But also I just thought I thought it was a cool like this is like legitimately his last fucking
Oh yeah. It's
Broadway, I guess, you know.
It's his last, like, you know, yeah, you know, but ending a match like this in a DQ with your younger star is crazy.
Time limit draw, not DQ.
Oh yeah, not DQ. Time limit draw. My bad. Time limit draw.
Wrong match.
A 45-year-old bro. Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, like it like. I don't want to talk about like when I found this match, like the first time I watched it, when I found this match and like what I like heard about Inoki and stuff like that. But you know, let me tell you, Inoki's a politicker, brother. He is how about Hogan, you know, Hogan and all these other people, you know, they're hey, this guy right here. Ooh. If it was up to him, he probably would win his whole career undefeated. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like it's just fucking crazy. Yeah. But but that stuff aside, this match, like, it's an hour-long match, man. Like, it's an hour-long match. So when it starts out, yeah, it's gonna be slow, and it was slow.
Especially in a 60-minute match in fucking New Japan. Yeah, they're gonna run distance, so they're gonna walk around. They're gonna play the crowd a little bit.
Exactly.
They're gonna look at each other.
It's slow, and then you know during the moments, which I mean I like how you have it sectioned off like the first half, the second half. So like the first half, when Inoki is getting some pace, like Fujinami just shuts it down, shuts it down completely. It is multiple moments in those first 30 minutes where Inoki, you know, he's building up some momentum. Fuji says, "Fuck off, you old hag. Get the fuck down." But as the match goes on, and then Inoki changes his flow to just like, I might just have to beat the shit out the guy. I might just have to start just up. And we started getting that in the crowd. Of course, it's fucking Inoki, so crowd is going to be going crazy. I did realize around like the 50-minute mark, around that 50-minute mark, the crowd realizes that this is probably going to end in a draw.
Yeah.
And I
forgot to mention in my notes as well. That's like when the match peaks, I think. Like they just go like 10 minutes too long as far as crowd reaction goes.
Exactly.
Because the crowd doesn't react like that crazy to the finish. But around that like 45, 50-minute mark, they're fucking in. They're going. Yeah,
they are in. They're in it. Because like it's a match for the end. Oh my god, who's gonna fucking win? No, 10 more minutes, draw. Eat it. Nice. But I wrote in my notes, I said, if something like this were to happen today, the discourse would be outrageous.
Yeah.
It would be insane. But then I also put like, if you just put your feelings aside and you just watch the match, maybe in the background a little bit, you're not just fully into it, you're just watching it, like it's actually like a decent match. It is decent. It's not a bad match. It's not like fucking this is offensive or anything like that.
Yeah, no,
you know,
no. Because like
this is a good
the back and forth, like trading holds and stuff. It is like mechanically, it's great. Like the emotion on their face, like the way they sell everything, it's fucking awesome. You have to be in the mood for that kind of thing when you're watching it. You know?
Yeah, gotta be in the mood for it. And it's, you know, there's definitely a certain time. You can't just watch a match like this like all the time.
Yeah.
You know. But I mean, again, outside of that, like this is still a good match, and you know, this being Inoki's last match, like or last big match, it's great. Would I prefer him to lose? Yes. But outside of that, I still like the match. I still like the match, even though I know about Inoki and all that stuff. It's again still a good match, still a great match.
Like, bro,
it's so funny. It's hilarious to me. It's just so hilarious.
If you're looking at a fucking Inoki match in 2024 and you're like mad that he was a politicker, shut the fuck up, bro. It's beast.
Why does this guy fucking lose? Like, what the fuck? This shit.
It rules, man. He knew when to lose. He lost to Vader. He beat him later, but he lost to him.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. I'm glad you like the match more than me. I still think it's good, but it's a longin', is what I'll say.
It's a longin' for sure.
All right, our last match, folks. Jumbo Tsuruta, Genichiro Tenryu, October 28th, 1988. Once again, we return to All Japan Wrestling, and once again, I have to say, an unbeatable vibe. The backstage cameras, the eruptions during their entrances, the cherry blossoms for Tenryu. Oh. Tenryu with his black eye. Oh my god.
How did he get the black eye? Did you do research on that?
No, no idea.
Let's see what matches he had.
Yeah, I assume it's just the match before, like 2 matches, whatever. While you're doing that, the standoff between both guys in the middle of the ring is, I mean, goosebumps, brother. This is wrestling. Multiple times throughout the match, Tenryu would like be in control, and the crowd would chant for Jumbo, and then Jumbo would be in control, and they would chant for Tenryu. Absolutely the crowd adores these guys. These like initial lockups, bro, the aggression behind them, so goddamn good. Tenryu has Tsuruta in a headlock for the first like 5 minutes of the match around there. It's just the way they fight for control is so sick. Tsuruta like tries to wrench Tenryu's arms. He tries to like simply just power out of it. He picks Tenryu up while like tucking one of Tenryu's legs, and then slams Tenryu down on his free leg. But Tenryu responds by just gripping the headlock even tighter. It's so good. Tsuruta gets out of the headlock with an awesome fucking backdrop driver. Tenryu, while he's doing it, like mid backdrop driver, Tenryu forces his body weight down, so he just barely gets over Tsuruta. It's so good. It's so good. Post headlock, Tsuruta like really, really brings the fire. Tenryu sends him into the guardrail, and Tsuruta just charges back at him, starts hitting him with the clubbing blows, and then like right after that, Tsuruta sends Tenryu into the ropes and hits a drop kick and just catches Tenryu flush in the jaw, directly in the face. Which is a theme of this match. He beats the fuck out of Tenryu. After a short Jumbo control section, they're both on their feet, and this moment was so good. Jumbo hits the ropes and like hits his signature jumping knee, and then Tenryu stumbles around for a bit and then responds with his own signature enziguri. Jumbo stumbles around a bit, but then Tenryu is like selling his own exhaustion on the ground. So like the effects of the actual enziguri on Jumbo weren't as great as the enziguri had on Tenryu, because Tenryu had just gotten out of like a pretty long control section by Jumbo. I thought those little details, bro. Little details. Jumbo was like a god when it came to imposing his size, and the crowd responded at every moment that he does it too. Like the way he stands over Tenryu, how like he still slightly sells Tenryu's strikes early on, but they're almost like never enough to fully take him down. At one point, an example of that, Tenryu hits Jumbo like a couple of strikes over and over and over again, and it's enough to back Jumbo into the corner, but Jumbo very quickly walks out, and the crowd just immediately goes, "Oh!" Like a huge response for it. That is true. The All Japan vibe is like unmatched. I think it is probably the best era for a professional wrestling company in history. The 90s are great. Man, I don't know. These 80s matches are just they're so good.
Yeah.
Novi, shut the fuck up. The stare down is special, especially with the "this is awesome" chant. Please stop. Please stop. There's another long jumbo control section here, and he like works over Tenryu's leg. That ends up with Tenryu on the outside, and like he tries to climb up on the apron, but then like Saruta runs after him, but then Tenryu hits him with a lariat, and then Saruta ends up on the outside, and then Tenryu does a dive to the outside and almost fucking dies, like genuinely. He gets hit by by Saruta's stomach and just fucking nosedive into the floor, which then Tenryu responds by hitting him with a chair. Beast.
Beast.
Jumbo hits another, like, I mean, a fantastic backdrop driver. Fucking beast again. I wanted to ask, who in your mind has the best backdrop driver? Somebody asked me about this on Twitter yesterday. And I mean, it's Jumbo. It's Morishima. Morishima has the best in my mind. But like Kawada had a great one as well. Dr. Death had a fantastic one. I mean, there's like the like signature one against Kenta Kobashi, you know. I mean, he almost kills him.
I think mine's probably Dr. Death.
Yeah,
it's pretty crazy.
Yeah,
it's pretty crazy.
So there's a immediately you both just react to this dumbass comment. All Japan crowds would have loved the meat chant. I hate you so much. There's another. I mean, Jumbo takes a lot of this match. There's a point where he tries to hit another backdrop driver, but when he's doing it, Tenryu has his left leg hooked around Saruta's left leg. So on impact, Saruta like tweaks his knee. I'm saying this because later in the match, Saruta does a power bomb, and bro, it was orgasmic. He hits a power bomb, but when he's doing it, he's like putting all of his weight on his right leg, or most of the weight on his right leg, and so like the power bomb is like slightly leaned to the left, and he like has to like jump out of. He can't go down full force because he has to get off of his legs. Off like it's so good. It's fucking awesome, dude. It's so fucking good. Like again, the like very minor details. The fact that he had like the wherewithal in that moment to do that kind of thing, it's just so good. That's all you have to do. Just sell the leg. Damn it.
My goodness.
Yeah, I mean, and then the finish of the match is just fucking chaos. They're in the corner and they start beating the fuck out of each other. Just strikes. They just say fuck it. And then that takes him into the middle of the ring, and Tenryu hits him in the cock and balls. Hits Saruta in the cock and balls. And then goes on the attack, capitalizes, starts kicking, stomping a mud hole. And Saruta in the corner starts hitting with slaps and stuff. So much so that the ref has to throw the match out. Dude, that's what I'm saying. If just one of these, Novi says, if just one of these modern grapplers sold like that, I tweet about them every day. That's what I'm saying. That's all I need. Just one guy to sell the leg. I'd make a Mercedes Monet level fan account even. Fair. I mean, Gunther used to do that kind of shit. He kind of stopped now because he's in the World Wrestling Federation. It doesn't really matter. At this point, everybody in that company is so over that their work is like, it doesn't matter that much, really. Like the quality of the work. They can throw dog shit strikes and the crowd just doesn't really care. Jey Uso, for example. Anyways, back to the real wrestlers. This match isn't quite as good as their 1989 match, simply because it doesn't have like the stakes behind that match. The 1989 match it's for the Triple Crown. It's just got better psychology. And you get a clear winner in that match. So like a few things put it over that, but still this match is like, it's very, very good. I don't know if I would go to like classics level, but it's up. It's pretty fucking good. How'd you like this match, my friend Khalid?
There.
Yeah. It's real.
This is
the fucking real.
It's the fucking real. When I was watching this match, what I like to do with these older guys, like when I'm watching these matches, I like to see what have they passed on to the people that they have trained,
Mhm.
and who have they trained. If I don't know already who they trained, I like to guess who they trained. So right here, you have Jumbo and you have Tenryu. Now these guys, they have trained they've trained a lot of people, but like for example, looking at Tenryu, he trained Kawada, he trained Ishii. And if you look at this match, you can see that he's trained those people. You can see what he has passed on to those two. And then if you go look at Jumbo trained Misawa, Akiyama, Taue. Like he even trained Earthquake. What the fuck?
Greatness.
Like
Greatness.
fucking, it's just and again when you're looking at these matches, like when you talk about Jumbo imposing his size, like it's you can see some of those people who are a bit bigger, you can see that they did that very well. And then with Jumbo or with Tenryu, the Tenryu Ishii is like it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I like Ishii. I really hope he trains people like whenever he's done.
I fucking hope so.
I like because even in my notes, I said like at the end of the match, I said this type of match will be extinct soon on a mainstream level. Like
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it kind of is.
Yeah. It like the only people who would do this like because to me, like what I wrote that it's not techie, it's not complicated, it's pure brawl, pure emotion. The only person on a mainstream level is like Eddie Kingston. And I mean, like obviously,
I mean, but like I'm not gonna lie, even then, it's like
even then,
who can he do that with?
Exactly.
To this level, like, there's not many. Like, legitimately, like I don't even think I can count all of them on my hand. Like on one hand, there's not 5 guys you can do like this kind of match with.
No. Like again, mainstream, because there's probably like some guy in fucking Big Japan.
Well, yeah, I mean,
who's probably like
Eddie Kingston versus Daisuke Sekimoto would be incredible, but like,
it's just like on this level with like even the chance of getting this type of crowd.
Oh, Trayvon Diggs pick. I'm so sorry.
Just on this type of level of like, it's not. And again, once these people retire, man, Ishii, Shibata, Eddie Kingston, Mox, like what's he? Brian, like he's Brian's earlier on his way out, and we speak about it all the time. Well,
Brian shaped his head. He's back.
Yo, that bro, I was laying in my bed, like 11 a.m. laying in my bed. I see a picture of a bald Bryan Danielson in the fucking pool, prepping his body like he's fucking Broly. All right, it's insane. It's absolutely insane. Brie Bella knew what she did when she posted that damn picture. Because now
she did.
We're fiending. Fiending. Wrestle Dynasty, January 5th. You give us something. But yeah, once that class of wrestler goes away, the brawl match, a pure brawl match, that's not a hardcore match. It's just a regular match, but the style of the match is a brawl. Blows, strikes, big slams and suplexes. Like it's gonna be gone.
Like, especially the match that's like that, like a brawl where it's just strikes and blows and like big suplexes and stuff.
Yeah,
without blood.
Except without blood
is like because like this match still feels like a fucking a dirty ass brawl, and there's not even a lick of blood here. Like not even like accidentally.
Yeah, like it's fucking. And that was something that caught me like at the end of the match. The match ended. I'm just looking at my screen. I was like, wow, like that's good. And did they bleed?
No.
Scroll through the whole match, not a drop. I said, oh my fucking goodness, wow. Beautiful stuff. And again, like the emotion, bro. Oh my god.
Like the crowd is like so clearly invested in both these guys to a crazy degree. Like like I mentioned earlier, at any moment you could hear them cheering for one or the other guy.
Yes.
It depends who's in control. They're
Yes.
always cheering for the guy that's coming from behind. Like,
Yes.
it's so good.
I love the it honestly, American crowds are so shit. Like when you're watching the old Japan matches, like that's something that their crowd does a lot. If it's two people who are not like heels, they're not like heel or they're just regular guys or just faces. Whenever the person is fighting up, they're going to root them on because they want to see what happens next. Bro, they're trying to get something instead of just rooting for just one person or just turning. I hate when people do this shit. It'll be two faces in a match or two guys. They're not heels, and then for some reason, even though they're working a regular match, somebody just starts getting booed. What are we doing? What the fuck? What are you doing? 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 It's so now, like, because that shit sabotaged. There's so many times where a wrestler got sabotaged by the crowd because they decided to just start booing him just out of nowhere. Just start.
I mean, like, he is supposed to be a face, but you know who that's happening to right now? Adam Cole. To be fair, he's not a great wrestler, but the crowd really, I mean, they've decided this guy fucking sucks.
Just out of nowhere, Buddy Matthews straight up called him like a bitch or a pussy, and
the crowd went, yeah.
Which might be fair. Like, he just cussed in the middle of a match. Get your ass back in here, pussy. Yeah. But like,
right now, immediately. Yeah, I mean,
like, yeah, I like stuff like that. It's like, damn, like, what are we doing as a nation? You know,
like,
what are we
doing? You know, at this point, crowds used to like add to a match, and that still happens.
Yes.
But there's many, many, many times, I would say more often than not, when there's an active crowd, they're taking away from the match. There's fucking meat chants. There's, you know, both these guys chants. There's like, dude, Adam Cole and Adam Page had that match, and they were chanting "Let's go, Adam!" and I wanted to fucking drone strike the stadium. It made me so mad. Nobody's saying. On that note from earlier, blood does kind of feel like a band-aid for emotion in the modern day. Yes. However, okay, yeah, it works, but it's not going to fix the issue, if that makes sense. Yeah, like you'll get these matches like Mark Briscoe and Chris Jericho. Mark Briscoe bleeds like a motherfucker, but it doesn't really mean that much because he's wrestling Chris Jericho and nobody fucking cares. So like he's trying his best to exert emotion and show that like he cares, but the crowd doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
So like
the crowd is
Ray, this is disgusting. This is true, but also disgusting. Yeah, I mean, it's just, you don't see emotion like this. You don't see matches like this anymore. And very soon, you won't see, like, how many times do you think we get matches like this anymore? Genuinely.
Ever since Eddie Kingston, like, got injured, it hasn't happened.
The last one we got probably was, like, one of the Bryan and Eddie matches. Like,
really? Yeah, like Bryan.
One of the Continental Classic ones.
Yeah, basically. I mean, like that final match between Mox and Eddie was like.
I mean, yeah, they were doing like fucking battle art shit.
It
was good, but you know, nobody says exactly. Mox getting into a bad habit with that and his TV wrestler, yeah, or got into a bad habit of that, yes, very much so. All right, is that all we wanted to talk about? Is that all we had?
For matches, yeah. But
I don't know.
Okay.
Folks, we are going to decide the next episode of Cagematch Chronicles live on the air. So Khalid has some wheels. We haven't gone through the process of getting it actually on the screen. We'll do that next time. We'll just have to do it this time for now. This is a last second thing that we thought of. So Khalid, what are the categories that you have on the wheel currently?
So the last two has been, we've done just a singles wrestler and we've done a year. So those two are off the wheel now. Those are like,
I would say we can add wrestlers back.
You want to add wrestlers back? Okay.
Just so we don't do like two in a row of the same category in a row. So like next time we can add a year back.
Okay. All right. So we have singles wrestlers, just wrestler. We have tag teams, match stipulation, and promotion.
Oh yeah.
Those are our 4 options here. And I'm going to spin the wheel right now. Let me shuffle it one more time. Shuffle it. Okay. It is being spun. And we have match stipulation.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Match stipulation.
So I think, you know what? How about this? That's all we're gonna
wheel
say.
for the match.
Oh, you do? Fuck. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I do.
What matches do you have on there? What tips?
There's a lot on here.
You just want to spin it? You just want to spin it?
There's 20 match types on here.
Okay, yeah, just spin it. That's fine.
Okay. Shall I put it in private chat first, and then you look
Go
at
ahead.
it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead. Well, no, I don't want to reveal the matches just yet. We might not be able to do that yet.
Okay.
We'll reveal the stipulation.
Okay.
Okay. No disqualification match.
Yeah. Just
so
slight.
Next month we'll have Cagematch Chronicles. No DQ. Oh fuck.
No DQ.
All right.
Oh shit.
Cool. So that'll be in December. We'll figure out a day and a time eventually, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And we will reveal the actual match listings later this month, sometime later in November. So thank you guys for coming to hang out. This is a lot of fun, as always. We'll be back with an episode of the pod on Thursday. Ray, you're right. It definitely could have been worse. You have no idea, brother. So yeah, thank you guys for coming to hang out. Like and subscribe. Follow us on Twitter and me on Blue Sky. It's just Brainbuster. Khalid, do you have Blue Sky at all?
No, I don't have it yet.
We'll get him on that, folks. Don't worry. All right. Subscribe, like, all that stuff. Share the stream if you want to. Show your friends, things like that. All right. Later. It's not ending.